Hi all, this is the continuation of the previous video, the industrial relations and industrial dispute. In the previous video, I detailedly explained you about what is strike and what are the different types of strike. And now here, I will explain you three other terms: lockout, layoff, four other terms: lockout, layoff, retrenchment and termination. We saw strike is the weapon which is taken by the employee or the workman to show his protest against the employer. Can only the employer or the workman show his protest against the employer? Do you think the employer doesn't have any other option or a weapon in his hand to protest or show his against towards his workman? No. The employer do have a weapon called lockout. What do you mean by lockout? When the employer feels that the demands of the employees cannot be met and it cannot be given by him, the weapon taken by his hand is lockout, where he closes down the workplace and says that till the issue gets over, it gets resolved, I am not going to employ any one of you. I am not going to give any employment to you. This is the weapon of the employer. The next concept is layoff. What is layoff? We all struggle to get certain items in our day-to-day life. So industry is a place where mass production happens, where so many employees work together, for non-stoppage working of an industry or a factory, so many resources like raw materials, manpower, money, coal, all these are required. All these resources are not available in abundant in all the places. There will be shortage at certain times. The industry has to overcome this difficulty. If they have reserved certain resources for a future, the industry can escape to a certain extent. But if the entire kind of industry is suffering from the shortage of all these resources, like shortage of raw materials, shortage of coal, etc., till or breakdown of a machinery which requires a long period of time to make it ready, till all these resources are arranged, the employees who are involved in that processes will be given a layoff. And once all these are arranged, these people will be called back into their work. This term is called as layoff. Hope you are clear with strike, lockout and layoff. The next term which I have to make it clear to all of you is termination. We hear this employee is being terminated by the employer. What do we mean by termination? For example, if an employee has come to the organization by consuming alcohol, or he has made any other disciplinary issues within the organization. For this reason, the employer can take disciplinary action against the employee. This disciplinary action against the employee is called as termination, where the work of the employee will be stopped. He will be sent out from the organization as a disciplinary action. This is called as termination. What is a retrenchment? Today, in this common IT world, all of us have heard about retrenchment. What is retrenchment? Again, it is quite similar to termination. This is also stoppage of the worker from their work for a certain period of time. but this is not due to any of the disciplinary actions, but because of shortage of projects, lack of fund with the organization to engage this employer. If they find that he is not efficient enough to continue with the work, in all these cases retrenchment will be given. Termination will be given all of a sudden and he'll be sent out of the organization. But for retrenching an employee, the organization is supposed to give a notice. He is to be served with a notice period to take up another new employment before he leaves this. This is called as retrenchment. Hope you're clear with all these concepts. Thank you.